Okay, here's a long overdue update on my aquaponics system. It's been 3 weeks since I put up a video of it last. Since then, starting out sponge gourd plant over here, it's died completely, but on the inside is developing a nice big healthy bunch there. It's putting out one flower stem right here, there, and there's another one up there somewhere, and here's another one here. But here's the most positive bit out of the sponge gourd plant is this piece that's growing nice and large, nice and firm. It's coming along quite nicely. Out of the grow bed, the corn has been pulled out. Yeah, I think that's the only thing that's gotten pulled out. Here's the basil that's coming along nicely. It's the original stem out of this. This is the stem. I pinched off the end of this, and it started 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 new growing heads, and yeah, the flowers coming out of there again. The pea is not doing really well at all. Here's just one little piece coming out here, one little bit that's over here, and this last bit that's not really doing much at all. The rest of the sweet basils come along quite nicely, and the oregano's trying to take over the take over the grow bed. I was still like there last time, and I looked in the last video 3 weeks ago. It's coming all the way down to here. This was just that long. It's going all the way down there now. It's also peaked up in this direction over here, and it's also peaked up in this direction over here, and there's this stem over here. So loads and loads of oregano. Got to make some pizza in a few days, hopefully. Lemon tree looks about the same as it did before. Hasn't gone up, hasn't gone down. The red cabbage took off quite a bit, but only after the corn got pulled. And a lot of reduced seaweed extract got put in. The little figure what were lettuces have been coming along nicely as well, since they got moved in the grow bed a little bit, and the corn got pulled out. Tomatoes at the back, these have started flowering early. Yes, there's some flowers there, but they're a whole lot smaller than the dirt tomatoes that I'll just give you guys a look at in a minute. So yeah, there's not much progress there on the plant side of the aquaponics. Here is the sump tank. The cichlids looking a good bit larger than they were before, getting fed bigger food as well now. I've been giving them these bigger balls. They seem to be handling them just fine. Oh, he's eating it. They just need to be told, I think, that there's food in the tank, and they'll go after it. So yeah, they're quite happy there. Here's the fish tank. It's also been given the big food now. They're enjoying it there, the fish. Temperatures come up quite a bit. It's up to 28 degrees. I haven't seen that in a number of weeks. Just saw that yesterday and today. Hopefully this warm spell will last out. Fish all quite happy and making along. The little ones, as you can see, that's the littlest one that used to be, and that used to be the second littlest one up there. So they've come along quite nicely, as has the alpha male. They're quite calm and cool right now. They don't seem to be going after the food too hard, but I've noticed they like to take their sweet time. Yeah, so that's about how the aquaponics is doing. Rest of the dirt plants, the sponge gourd that's next to it, all of these got trimmed, so this plant was allowed to die. It was just becoming a reservoir for insects and pests, so I got rid of it. The little new sponge gourds aren't really making any headway at all. The cucumbers here have died. Yeah, they've just all gone away. None of the cucumbers matured, and the plant just slowly died away. I have no idea exactly why this happened. It just browned out. Yeah, the cucumbers that were here have died as well, though this one is still on, just barely, and it's still got a piece of cucumber that is developing, though obviously not correctly. The rest of the vegetables looking pretty positive in some counts. Here's the radishes. They don't look quite as full as they did before, because a good bit of these have been harvested and eaten. Otherwise the radishes have done really well. The berries back there coming along prolifically. Lemons are doing quite all right, and the small tomatoes in these, all the corn is gone now. It got all harvested. The little tomatoes here are doing pretty okay. The capsicums, first the chilies. These are the chilies that were originally there, and the compost tea brought it back to life, so it's really big and healthy now, but no fruit from that yet. Got some chilies from the downstairs chili plants though. Here's the capsicums. They also come along just a little bit, not enough, I think, to make it a really significant burst. The tomatoes have got a really big difference, which I'll show you in just a bit, but that's how all the capsicums are doing that were there 3 weeks ago. and they've matured. This one is really matured nicely. Now the peas, my god, you can see they're huge now. I'm not setting any setting a couple of flowers. They've just started setting these yesterday, but otherwise they're looking pretty big, and they're doing that on both the plants. Nice thick stems. And this planted same time as the aquaponics peas, but they're doing much better. Now the tomatoes, it's a veritable jungle of tomatoes now. I'll start from that side. This here's the red cabbage. This has become quite large now. It's also got a few stains on it because of seaweed extract sprays. There's a tomato plant growing next to the red cabbage doing nicely as well. Here's the second red cabbage. Smaller tomato plants, even these are setting fruit now. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 confirmed pieces of fruit here. 1, 2, 3, 4 on this one. Another one here, more developing. So loads of tomatoes there. This is another small tomato plant. All of them, you can see it's filled up. If you take a look at the last video and this one, it was 3 weeks ago, I'll say, but very healthy Tommies now. See, here's some tomatoes. Here are some more. These have just been set a few days ago, and here are the bigger bunches that have been settling since before. My god, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tomatoes to this bunch. 3 here, another one here, another 3 here, all on this one plant. And this is the one that's really had them for the longest, so it's got the biggest bunches. Here's a bunch of 3 here, another couple here, another bunch of 3 here, another couple of them here, another 3. These have been around the longest, so they're the biggest ones so far. Another couple here, another 2 up there, another one here, and even this plant hasn't quite set its fruit yet, except here. These are a couple of tomatoes right there. So yeah, the Tommy is coming along really well in the dirt, and they've really filled up the space that you can make out. So has the red cabbage, and so have the peas. I'm gonna get a compost spray in a day or two, so hopefully that should kickstart the capsicums as well. And the roses are doing fine. I've really been, they've gotten quite a bit of seaweed extract, and some tea got put in there as well, used tea grinds, to make up some really beautiful flowers. He's been putting these out, Mum has been putting them on the dinner table. Here's one that has a bit of that staining that I'm talking about. I don't think you can make it out, so it's no good. Anywho, let me know what you guys think about how I can speed up the aquaponic plants, and if you can tell me how to. The plug that's coming up that I just showed you in the other vid is coming up from here. There's the wire, and it flows down across to where the aquaponics system gets powered from it. Now the thing is that there is an outlet right here as well, but this outlet isn't hooked up to the UPS, and this extension, because it's hooked up downstairs, is hooked up to the battery backup. So I'm going to make that outlet safer somehow. If you all have got any ideas, I'd love to hear them. Thanks for watching, you guys, and hope you're all having a great time.